What's up, guys? We're back out here today, and like I think I may have said in the last video, I had surgery on my arm the other day, so I can't really do a lot with my right hand as far as picking stuff up and lifting it, but my car needs a new alternator. I think I've been having an issue the last couple weeks where all my lights at higher RPMs in the car are pulsating, bright and then dim, bright and then dim. So I think it's kind of like a regulator issue on the alternator, and I put a remanufactured alternator in it last summer, I think. So it has a warranty. So I have one at the local parts store, and I'm going to take this one out of the car today, and we're going to swap it out with the one at the parts store. But I'm not going to be doing it. Steph's coming over. She's going to be helping me out and kind of do some of the heavy lifting for today's task at hand, and hopefully we can get it banged out, and once it's all hooked back up, the electrical surging is gone and resolved. While I wait for her to get here, I'll get the car up in the air and supported, and then I'll loosen the lugs on the wheel that has to come off, so the driver's side front. Alright, I got the wheel off, car jacked up, we'll throw something under it. Look at that angle. So good. Still loving it. This was after the event, what the knuckles look like. We're still in good shape. We're basically going to have to take this plastic panel here off, and that'll give us access to where the alternator is. I don't have an AC compressor, so it's going to be a lot easier to try and fish this thing out from the top. So, in true fashion, I was getting impatient, so I just kind of started doing some light stuff, and I'll show you guys where I'm at here. I started by taking the coupler off. I just removed the whole cross pipe that goes from right there across to here. For me, I had the T-bolt clamps that are some 11 mils, and then I took off the bolt that goes through the bracket and the alternator. That's this guy right here. There's a square end on this side and a nut on the other side. So that is a 10 mil maybe? Hold on, let's see. It is a 12 mil. Yeah, so that's a 12 mil. And then this guy that had, so the electrical connectors are right here. I unplugged the one from right here. And then this guy right here was a 10 mil right here. I disconnected my battery via the battery switch, so if you have a battery in your car still, be sure to disconnect the negative terminal beforehand, because you don't want this touching anything and arcing and causing any issues while you're under here working. So I started loosening. There's a bolt down there. There's two 14 mils down there, and below the 14 mils you can see a 12 mil. That's the other alternator bolt. Let me see if I can hold the camera and this at the same time. It's right down, you can't see, but it's down there.
Where's that socket?
It's down there. So Steph's here, and she's going to be helping me now.
This is not the right size.
Oh, it's bigger. A 14. So now what we're going to do, we took that little plastic guard off. We're going to take the pulley, the tensioner pulley off, so that we can remove the belt and move forward with taking the rest of the alternator bolts out. So she's going to remove that bolt right there. It's probably going to be a little tight. So we got the tensioner pulley off, the belt is out. As you can see there. Now if I look from above, that 12 mil that I was pointing out, Steph's actually going to take off. It's actually just two bolts. So as you can see here, Steph is trying to wrestle the alternator.
This wire, what is that?
Out from below. Watch your thumb, watch your thumb. It's a little sharp piece there.
I know. This thing is in the way. I gotta go under it.
I can cut that if you need more slack.
No, you don't need to cut it because it's hooked to...
No, I'm saying I can cut the zip tie that's holding it in place. Here.
Oh, I see, okay, yeah. Maybe. Can you hold that up?
Yeah. Back of the car?
Yeah, I gotta go up. Oh.
There you go. There you go. Hey!
That helped a little. I thought that broke. Ah! Shitty.
So Steph had to move the idler, the tensioner here from there, took out the 2 bolts and just swung it out of the way to slide it down. For those of you guys that still have AC in your car, good luck, because I have no idea how you would do this with an AC compressor in the way. And while we're here, I think we're going to change the oil. When we go to Pep Boys, I'll grab some fresh oil because this thing's ticking like crazy. So yeah.
Off to Pep Boys.
Now we can get cleaned up and bring this thing to Pep Boys for a replacement. Back of the car?
Yeah, I gotta go. Up.
There you go. There you go. Hey!
That helped a little. I thought that broke. Ah! Shitty.
So Steph had to move the idler, the tensioner here from there, took out the 2 bolts and just swung it out of the way to slide it down. For those of you guys that still have AC in your car, good luck, because I have no idea how you would do this with an AC compressor in the way. And while we're here, I think we're going to change the oil. When we go to Pep Boys, I'll grab some fresh oil because this thing's ticking like crazy. So yeah.
Off to Pep Boys.
Now we can get cleaned up and bring this thing to Pep Boys for a replacement. Alright, so we got the new remanufactured alternator. No noise when I pull the pulley in and out. So hopefully we should be good once we get this in. And it's going to be a matter of feeding it up. Also got some oil. But we're going to feed it up through just like we did. And then we'll get it all fastened back together. Alright, so we got the new remanufactured alternator. No noise when I pull the pulley in and out. So hopefully we should be good once we get this in. And it's going to be a matter of feeding it up. Also got some oil. But we're going to feed it up through just like we did. And then we'll get it all fastened back together. So now we're repeating all the steps. Basically, Steph is going to feed it up and get it in place. So she'll feed it up from the bottom. We'll get it back lined up and get the pin up here through so that we can swing it around and get it fastened to where it needs to be. Oh, and there you go. Look at that. Easy as that. So once we got it up high enough, we slid the top bolt through. That way it's pretty much secured, and then we could swing it around to line up the other bolts and then get everything put back together, reversing the steps that we took to take it out. So now we're repeating all the steps. Basically, Steph is going to feed it up and get it in place. So she'll feed it up from the bottom. We'll get it back lined up and get the pin up here through so that we can swing it around and get it fastened to where it needs to be. Oh, and there you go. Look at that. Easy as that. So the intake pipe back on. Alternator in. Everything's tightened back up. I'm going to turn the battery on now. Alright, nothing blew up. We got power back on the car. So now I'm going to have Steph start it up. Did you take it out of gear already?
Is the brake the far one?
Brake is the middle. The far one's the clutch. Take it out of gear. There you go. Alright, you can release the brake. Alright. All the way. Alright. So now we got the tensioner all back here together. Before we put the plastic splash shield on, I want to make sure that everything is okay running wise. So I'm going to have Steph start it.
Foot on the brake?
No, you don't need your foot on anything, just turn the fuel on. Make sure it's out of gear. Alright, you're good. Hang on. Let's see what the pressure is. Alright, you're good there. Alright, start it. So we got the alternator back in and I went to go start the car, and the car won't start now. I think it's because the battery's dead. We have it hooked up to the van, trying to jump it. It'll click a couple times and then lose all the juice to the whole entire car. And I think it's because I think that failing alternator is what killed my Optima battery when I had to drive home from Baltimore. And I think that failing alternator is what's killing my brand new battery. So I'm gonna wrap the video up here, guys. We got the new alternator in. I'll probably just hook this thing up to the trickle charger overnight and get it charged back up, and hope I can get it started. But it just seems like it doesn't have enough juice to get the starter to turn over. So thanks for watching, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. So for some reason jump starting didn't work, but we put the trickle charger on for like a half hour, and the battery was just barely dead for it to not want to start. So the trickle charger on, and now first try it started. Reading like 13.8 volts, which is not where it was reading before. Before it was reading like high 12s, low 13s while running. So 13.8 to like 14 volts is where it should be when the alternator is functioning fully. My gauges don't seem to be doing the resetting thing either. Everything seems back to normal. The gauges aren't resetting or anything, and everything seems good.